Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? That music's loud, ain't it? Welcome to the Killjoy Jake YouTube channel. Appreciate all of y'all for hanging out with me tonight. We're talking a little bit about Arthur Claus, Art the Clown, and his reign of mischief happening on the holidays this time around. I'm very excited to talk a little bit about it with all of y'all, so throw your stuff down there. Some of y'all might have seen a brand new movie, a little film, little indie horror movie that just came out this week called Alien Romulus. That's a joke. Don't get mad at me in the comments. If you did, no spoilers yet. Big yet on that bad boy, because on Monday, we're talking spoilers for Alien Romulus, and it's going to be a blast, ladies and gentlemen. So come on by then. See the movie again, see it a second time. Fuck, see it a third time. I don't care. And then come on by and talk a little bit of spoilers for old Romulus come Monday. And one more thing, and then we'll finally just get right into the stream. Unfortunately, the big Congo video that I was so excited for, it was a big surprise today, got copyright stricken. So to all the members out there who are like, what the fuck, Jake? I wanted to see that video with Josh Petrino. That's so cool. No worries, I'm fixing it. A new version of it will be back up for Patreon and channel members tomorrow morning. So you will be able to see it there. It's all good. So you can only be disappointed in Jake for a day. I think that's a pretty good compromise, right? Only a little bit of disappointment. Honestly, if you want to blame anyone, blame Paramount for striking the video down for absolutely no reason. It wasn't even monetized. Fun fact. That's why I can get away with it, right? Wasn't monetized, nothing, and then they're still just like, eat a whole dick, Jake. That's basically what they said to me. Anyways, Papa Bear is saying we got 9 weeks to go until Art the Clown makes his way into Santa's workshop and cuts his face off. I can't wait for it, Papa Bear. I'm so excited. Ugh. My jowls are shaking. I'm so excited. Dev the Clown, love the profile picture, saying hello, everybody. What's up, fella? Welcome in, my clowny friend. Just got a whole bunch of ice in my mouth. You remind me of my friend Arthur. You look just like him. Mary, what's up, fellow? What's your favorite YouTuber? I have so many favorite YouTubers. How can I possibly pick one? I love my Splattercast boys. They're great. Evan from Rockland Graves. Haunted Hippie is awesome. She's fantastic. I love Craven Something Scary. I love, there's so many good ones. Lee McCoy. Love my dude. Drumming on the dums. love my man there. Trying to think of who else. Dead Meat is great. Papa Meat is great. I like a lot of meat YouTubers, as you can see. There's a lot of good ones out there. Gunner is saying, Jake, if Sydney was somehow in Scream 6, which I can imagine, do you think she would have gotten messed up in the stabby way like Gale? I like that. You're really avoiding a certain word that YouTube doesn't like. That's fun. I like how you're doing that. Good on you, Gunner. Good on you for finding a creative workaround there. I already feel that Scream 6 is a little crowded. I would want, if you're going to put Sydney in there, you got to, like, if you're going to add any more to Scream 6, you got to take away at least 2 characters, in my opinion. So that would have to, that's a tough question to answer just off the top of my head, because I would be like, who else is going, you know? And, you know, my other thing about that film is the mystery suffers because it's so crowded with legacy characters. So adding more legacy characters, you know, I'd have to take out like at least 2 legacy characters to throw another one in there personally. Love Sidney Prescott to death, but I don't know if they could have told that story with her personally. Rivgo Crazy, what's up, fella? I see you're excited for Terrifier 3. Same here. Same here, my friend. I'm assuming that's what, you know, Santa with an axe and blood means. Thanks for being a member. Appreciate you. Gameplay Panda, yo! I imagine that's how you're saying it. So, yo! What's up? Dawson's Creek, hi. Hello. Welcome in. Whoop whoop, all aboard the Sid train. Sorry, I had a little burp there. As you can tell, I give no Fs today. Well, I give no fucks. There we go. I think if you're not saying the word, if you're not even going to say the word, you still give a fuck, right? I give no fucks today. I'm burping. I don't give a shit on stream tonight. We're just having this is going to be a balls to the wall kind of stream tonight. It's going to be fun. But whoop whoop, all aboard the Sid train. That's a train I can get on, at least. I don't know about the Stu train. That one has gone off the rails at this point. But the Sydney train, I still got my tickets for that one. IDK is saying, yo, Jake, I'm going to have to miss the stream tonight, bro. I hope it's awesome. It's awesome, though, anyways. You're here, though, IDK. Why leave? Leave? There is no leave. You're staying forever. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for hanging out with us for even just a brief moment. When's that apology video coming? Mario is in the hospital. I don't care about Mario. I'm gonna shit right in his mouth. I'm gonna crack his neck open and poop down his neck hole. Anyways, what's up, Jake? Currently filming my Alien Romulus review, so I can't make it, but let those theories out. Hell yeah, dog. You know I will. You know I will, Wild Boy Movies. I hope you enjoyed Alien Romulus. It rocked. It's my favorite horror film of the year. Great stuff. Sup, Ratman. Sup, Lighting Ghost. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. RJ Skarenki is seeing Alien Romulus at 12:30 p.m. tonight? Oh no, tomorrow. Okay, so in the middle of the day. Okay, I'm like, where can you see a past midnight showing? That's wild. That's awesome. I love it though. Enjoy, RJ. Have a good time. Have a very good time. Davey Deathray, what's up, fella? Happy Alien Romulus Friday, the best kind of Friday, my friend. Welcome, dude. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I'm gonna be on Davey's page next Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. Come stop on by and say hey. Giving Davey a little shout out. I'm crunching on ice too. I don't know what's going on today. But thanks. Davey's a member. Davey's an awesome YouTuber. Love him to death. Can't wait to be on his channel. It's going to be fun. Zyko is saying hi. Hello, hello, hello. Janker is saying Sigma. Dear God. I'm not even gonna riff on that anymore. Bill Cipher fan, what's up, fella? Hello, hello, hello. Aiden. That's Baby Pool right there. Yes, yes. Hello, hello. Welcome in, my friend. Logan, hello. Hi. Antonis. What's up, brother? How's it going? Rivgo Crazy's really excited to see Santa get some blood come out of his face. Ghostface, hello. One of the many ghost faces who are channel members. There's not one but two at the moment, which is exciting. Marley Kai is saying it's today is my birthday. Happy birthday! You and your family went to see Deadpool and Wolverine and did gun shooting today. It was really fun. I like that you're implying that there are other things that you can shoot. I mean, I guess like a crossbow. You could have gone crossbow shooting or axe throwing. I feel like all of these are dangerous and fun sports. I hope you had a good time though, Marley Kai. Happy birthday, my friend. Any new theories for Terrifier 3? Yeah, for sure. Of course. I'm definitely thinking a little bit about this Victoria theory. I've been trying to really sharpen it up a little bit, trying to make it all make sense a little bit. But I really think Victoria's purpose overall in the film is that we're gonna see her die. I think we're gonna learn a little more about the entity through her and through an apparent death of the character. Because I can't really see what else they could possibly do with Victoria at this point besides put her out of her misery. That's a big thing I'm trying to make a video on, but I ran into a big obstacle when I tried to make the video earlier in the week, that I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense with stuff we've seen in the past. So I'm still working out the bugs with that one right now. But I really think if I can say anything at the moment regarding the character, I think she's a goner in this next film. I don't think she's living through it. I also don't think Jonathan's living through it, but for a totally different reason. So I think Victoria is going to die, and we're going to learn more about the entity through that. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what ends up coming true there. DeJanker is saying, I was watching a Dead Meat Leprechaun video, but got the notification for the stream. Wow, you turned off Dead Meat to watch this bullshit? Holy crap, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that a whole bunch. Dead Meat is and always will be the best horror YouTube channel out there. I'm just going to be real, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you, my friend. Unpaid Movie Critic, thank you for being a channel member. What are you? I'm just some stinky guy who needs a shower is what I am, if I'm being real. I think what you meant to say is, what movie scared you as a kid? Chucky. Chucky scared the shit out of me as a kid. I remember seeing Bride of Chucky in the other room, and I ran. I ran out of the room. I was like, no, I'm not watching that. It's terrifying. Toys coming to life and stabbing people? Nah. Screw that, man. That's terrifying. Austin Daniels, no spoilers for, if there's a spoiler in here, I'm gonna poop in some mouths. I'm telling you that right now. Hey Jake, Alien was incredible. Kaylee Spaney was of course great, but the actor who plays Andy was the standout to me. I agree. Will there be a sequel to this film? Do we know? Okay, I like that. Spoiler-free review. Good stuff. You just said what you liked. Little bit of detail in there, but nothing too crazy. That's good. That's how we like it. No spoilers yet. Not until Monday. Not until Monday, buddy. But I agree. I loved the film. Blew me away. There was a point in the film where my mouth was just hanging open for all the bugs to crawl inside, because I was so excited about the film. I can't elaborate too much further on that, but what I will say is that Alien Romulus is an ambitious film. It takes a big swing, and not everyone's gonna like it, but I'll tell you what, I really appreciated it. I'm so glad that they went to a certain place, that they did and made this an Alien film that's just so much different and stands out from the rest of the other flicks. That's all I'm gonna say. But I really loved those two characters, especially Kaylee Spaney and David Johnson's characters, Rain and Andy. Definitely the standouts. Andy's my favorite character. Andy is one of my favorite characters in the entire Alien franchise now. I'm just gonna be real. Great stuff. Mike is saying that Romulus is a top 3 in the franchise. Could even make it up to number 2 in time. I don't know. Nothing touches Alien and Aliens for me personally, but I did really like it. It's number 3 for me. Great movie. Need Fede to direct a Nightmare reboot, please. I'm seeing a lot of people say that recently, and I'm not too much against it. Fede or Damien Leone, I'd love to see either of them do that. I really think that Terrifier 2 is the best Nightmare on Elm Street film that we've gotten in a long time. And I would just love to see him direct Freddy Krueger. That would be so interesting to me. A lot of people are talking about him doing Friday the 13th, and I'm like, I get that. I could totally see Damien doing Friday, but I would love to see him do Nightmare on Elm Street, maybe even more, if I'm being real. Paula is with us. Hello, Paula. Welcome in. Appreciate you for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you. Mr. Rick has been a member for 14 months, ladies and gentlemen. That is a little longer than a year. Holy crap. Mr. Rick, thank you for the support, and thanks for rocking the red right-hand profile picture still. I appreciate you. You watched the new Alien movie yesterday. Very good, the way a sequel to do it. Hopefully Scream 7 will be one of the best as well. Scream 7 should take some notes, that's all I'm saying. Alien Romulus, that's the way to do a damn sequel. It's a standalone, one-shot little story that takes place in the established universe and follows its rules, while also being its own thing. And I don't know. I think if every horror sequel did that, it would be great. I would not have any complaints about any of them. But damn, that was fantastic. Yeah. So I loved it. It's my favorite horror film of the year so far. I was floored. This month has been the best month for horror all year so far. Like everything that I've seen this month pretty much has kind of blown me away. What else do we got going on? Anthony is saying going to watch Zombieland tonight, and also love Dead Meat and Haunted Hippie. Also went to school on Wednesday. So did you not go to school the rest of the week? Damn. Go to school. Stay in school, fella. It's fun. I promise it gets fun at some point. I don't know if that's true or not, but sometimes you gotta tell some white lies to keep kids on the right track. Universal Basis is saying that's terrible. I can't believe I said that. Universal Basis is saying, I'm excited to see Romulus. I've enjoyed the series. Romulus makes me like a lot more of the entries more, too. I won't make the stream about that entirely, but I know we are very excited about that film. Romulus fixes a big thing that I did not like about some of the previous entries. And I don't know. I'm just like, rock on. Okay. Fede Alvarez just made the Alien franchise better. I don't know. I just think that's awesome, in my opinion. I feel like Victoria is going to have some brutal kills in the new Terrifier. I agree. I don't think she's going to die immediately, but I do think her death is going to tell us a lot about the entity. A big thing is that, she's a living person possessed by the entity. I believe the little pale girl was just like a specter, if that makes sense, like a ghost. There's a lot of... it's tough to explain because it's like I think that the entity can take the shape of a ghost, right? But can also take take over a physical body. But only people who were attacked by Art the Clown. Again, a very loose theory. I don't know if I'm 100% spot on with that, but I feel like I'm onto something. That's all I'm gonna say. I feel like I'm onto something with that at the very least. If I feel like I'm on the money with anything, I do believe that victims of Art the Clowns who have survived, who got kind of like a piece of them bitten off or something, I do believe they have become infected with whatever the fuck Art the Clown is. He's been like portrayed as some kind of virus or some kind of demon in multiple senses in the last 2 films. We also know about the deleted ending from Terrifier 2, where he was supposed to break out of Victoria's skull like a tumor, like growing out of the back of her. That's brutal, in my opinion. That tells me a lot about the character. We also know about Sienna's father, who had a brain tumor, went crazy, was drawing pictures of Art the Clown and a lot of his victims, and then, well, you guys know what happened to him. I don't want to say because YouTube might take down another thing of mine today. So we don't want to hit a twofer on that one right there, but. Yeah, I do believe that's why Victoria was able to be possessed. That's why I do believe that Jonathan is not going to make it through this next one because he got his fingies bitten off in the last movie. I hate when that happens. But yeah, I do believe Victoria is going to get some brutal kills. We see that shot of her coming out of that nasty bathtub with like that piece of a mirror, I guess. It kind of reminds me a lot of Saw. Gives me some Saw vibes from that very quick shot from the trailer. I'm just excited. Honestly, I'm holding that theory until we get another trailer. Because I feel like as we get more shots of Victoria, more shots of Jonathan, more things are going to become clear. So I'm actually, I haven't scrapped that theory. I'm putting it on the back burner for a little bit until we get some more shots. So I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting to see it. VKD is saying balls to the wall, just like the shower scene in Terrifier 3. Oh, there's going to be some balls smashed against walls. At least I hope. That would be brutal. Man, I mean, it's one thing to chainsaw up a couple who are in the throes of passion in the shower, but it's a whole other thing to waffle stomp somebody's testicles down the drain. Okay, that officially takes 17 minutes. That's a new record for the grossest thing I've said on a live stream as fast as humanly possible. Okay, I'm going to tone it down a little bit because, dear God, I got to chill the fuck out. What do you watch? A horror movie about rats? I would love horror movies about rats. Isn't there's a Stephen King movie? Isn't it Graveyard Shifts? It's about a giant rat that's eating people. I haven't seen that in a long time. That's a good one too. It's a really good monster movie. Kind of underrated. Doesn't get talked about enough. Why I'm the king of the rats? I actually had Josh Petrino ask me about that last night when we recorded our Congo video. So back when Halloween Ends was a thing, I was making jokes about how I really wanted to see Michael Myers eat a rat. He was living in the sewers. I'm like, what's he eating down there? He's not going up to, fucking the grocery store and buying groceries. He ain't doing none of that. My dude's eating rats down there. And I was just really hoping to get a shot of Michael biting into the back of a rat. I think that would be really upsetting and perfect for for that direction. But they didn't do it in Halloween Ends, and honestly that's why I don't like the movies, is just for that reason alone. So no, I'm just messing with you. That is almost Alien vs. Predator Requiem. So what's up, Requiem? How we doing? Literally just saw Romulus. Absolutely amazing. Had so much fun. Hell yeah, let's talk spoilers on Monday, my friend. Come on by to the Alien Romulus stream. It's gonna be fun. Ethanos is saying, do you think the Friday the 13th will finally have good movies, or should I say seasons? Damn, that's a burn. It's a diss. There's 12 of those movies. You don't like one of them? You don't like one of the 12? That's brutal, man. I will say that Friday the 13th is pretty hit or miss with me. There's some I really like. There's some I really don't. Like Jason Goes to Hell. I'm just really not crazy about that one. Jason X is fine. I think it's fun. It's got some fun moments to it. It's goofy as hell. I got to be in a certain mood to watch that one though, for sure. But man, that remake is a fantastic slasher. I love the remake so much. I love part 4 so much. Part 2 is great. 6 is hilarious. I think 6 is a fucking goofy, hilarious time. I have a great time with it every time. And then, there's some weird ones too. There's 3. The original is kind of weird. 5 is the one where they try to turn it into like a murder mystery thing again, which is odd. And I don't know if that works entirely for me. I really like 7, despite it being extremely weird, but I'm here for it. Ty Lee is saying I'd watch a Damien Leone Evil Dead movie for sure. Without a doubt. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? That would be awesome. I'm kind of shocked he's not doing one of the new Evil Deads. I get that Sam Raimi's whole thing is give it to like an up-and-comer, but oh my God, Damien doing that? That'd be sick. I know that he is working with Ghost House Pictures on some secret project, though. We do know that, so that's exciting. So he's working with Sam in some capacity, man. I don't know what's going on with all that, but I'm here for it. Whatever it ends up being. I've said this in stream before, the T3 trailer, but I'll say it again. Art should put someone's head on a snowman. I would love to see that. I hope there's a lot of snow in T3. We've yet to see that. Art the Clown outside, running through some snow, nothing yet from that. And I really think it's almost a requirement, right, of a winter slasher. You got to give me Art the Clown running through snow and chopping somebody up. That would be great. Would love to see that for sure. Filming in the snow is tough, though. I'll tell you what. I do know that after reading a little bit about the Coen brothers filming Fargo. It's a bit of a nightmare, but man, it's worth it. I love snowy horror films just in general. I feel like are so they're cold, and not just literally, you know, like it's like just an awful setting to be trapped in the middle of nowhere where it's snowy and cold and you got to wear a jacket, and then on top of that you're getting chased by some kind of killer or something. That's terrible. So much going on there. I love it. Would love to make a snowy horror film one day. Maybe it's because I'm newer to the franchise, but Alien Romulus might be my favorite. Keep in mind, I've only watched the first two so far. The first two Aliens a few days ago and Alien last month. Very nice. No, Romulus rocks, dude. I will say that. For me, Aliens and Alien, I mean, they're just movies that are way ahead of their time and did some shit that it was really groundbreaking for the time. I mean, Alien back in 1979, you got to remember, this came out when basically almost everything that came before. There are obviously exceptions like John Carpenter's Dark Star, and some, 50s B horror and stuff, but pretty much every space exploration movie up until that point, that was highly publicized, was really just like fantastical and fun, and the aliens are just like people that we got to interact with. Star Trek, you know what I mean? Star Trek or Star Wars, they're more like family friendly kind of stuff, you know what I mean? It has some darker moments, sure, but or even some serious moments of the dramatic and shit, but it was never like that fucking scary, in my opinion. So Alien is so groundbreaking for what it ended up doing in 1979, and then Aliens, I mean, Aliens is like the best action horror film of all time. Like, I can't name one better. Like, it's great. So, but I do love Romulus. I think it really ties the whole franchise up in a neat little bow, connects a lot of things together, which is cool. But it's great. Jake, will you be picking up the Terrifier 2 novelization? I should. It's being written by, is it Tim Wagner? Is that the name, if I'm remembering correctly? Yeah, I do. I really would like to pick that up. I want to see if there's anything like changed, or if there's any like, additions to the creepy and cryptic lore. That would be fun. I remember reading the Halloween Ends novelization, and there's I'm just going to be real, it's better in every capacity than the movie we got. I think a lot of that is because, I'm picturing it up in my brain and not seeing the images from from that movie. But it definitely made me appreciate Ends a little more. Just based on some of the basic ideas. So Terrifier 2, the novelization, absolutely, I do want to read it. There's a lot of good horror books out there that I wish I had more time to just sit down and read. It takes me a while to get through stuff, though, unfortunately, but I do want to pick this one up. So Anthony's saying, make me a member, please. You already are a member, my friend. There you go. Splattercast is saying I'd let Art waffle stomp my testicles down the drain. I wonder if Dylan and Luke just came in and heard that one bit and left. They were like, okay, Jake's in a mood tonight. I got to get the fuck out of here. This is scary. I love it, man. Splattercast, thanks for being here, my friends. Appreciate you guys. Davey Deathray saying King of the Rats, just like Charlie from It's Always Sunny. Yes. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh my god, Always Sunny is so fun. I haven't watched that in forever because of the implication. No, I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Result 360 Death. I love the profile picture, my friend. Yo, Jake, how you doing this evening? Have you ever been to Spirit Halloween? The Art the Clown LED sign, dope stuff. Dude, we went to Spirit Halloween, which just opened up. It was awesome. I did a little short on here. Check it out if you guys want to see that. I will say, though, no Art the Clown. No Art the Clown animatronic at our Spirit Halloween. I don't know what's up with that. So I was kind of upset. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, they didn't even have one out on the display case or nothing. I'm like, damn. That's like why I went. They had a ghost face that was really cool, though. He said some Scream 6 lines, which made me pretty happy. Tell you what. But no Arthur Claus. Not even nary a little pale girl. I was upset, man. No, I have seen that though, and it rocks. It looks sweet. I would love to pick up one of those, put it in the front yard. All that fun stuff. Hi, Poop Lady. How you doing? Everyone wish Poop Lady a happy Friday. She's having a tough day. We're finally gonna chill out this weekend. So we both had some crazy weeks. The Poop Man and Poop Lady. So we're hopefully gonna rest up this weekend. If the little pale girl returns for Terrifier 3, I can imagine her wearing an elf's costume. I kind of like that. I kind of dig that. That very fitting. Very, very fitting. Like a little elf running around. That's just too funny. I hope they do something like that. That'd be fun. Whoever the entity ends up being, maybe besides Victoria, I would love to see some costumes. Tell you what, that would be fun. We did get that poster from Terrifier 3, don't forget. Actually, I got it right here. There we go. With Victoria dressed up like Jesus with a crown of thorns. So, blasphemy, yes. But will it happen in the movie? Probably. I wouldn't put it past Terrifier 3, so you never know. Oh, Davies giving some love to Demian. Is it Demian Rugna? I always forget. But I love both of these fellas. These two for Evil Dead, please. And can we get an Evil Dead film that takes place in colonial era North Africa? That is insanely specific, but I like it, Davey. I'm ready for Evil Dead to tell stories from all over time and space. Kind of like what the Predator franchise is doing right now. I really liked Prey, and I'm hearing like the next one is just another, like a different time period where Predators we're just messing around on Earth, and I think that's so much fun. That's really interesting. But I like this idea. It's not the first time Evil Dead has done a period piece, of course. Army of Darkness is pretty popular for that. I wouldn't be against it, honestly. I wouldn't be against it at all. I like that, Fede's Evil Dead is very similar to the first one. Lee Cronin's is a little more closer to 2, in my opinion. It's got that goofy edge to it. And then, I hope that the next one, honestly, is a period piece, just to kind of fit with Army of Darkness a little bit. That'd be kind of fun. I don't know. I mean, of course, I want the two fellas who are working on new Evil Dead films to do their own thing and, tell their own stories. Because that's one of the big things I love about this new part of the franchise, is that we're just grabbing, these younger horror directors and letting them do whatever they want with this concept. But at the same time, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of with Davey here. I'd love to see another period piece. That would be really cool. Maybe not medieval times again, maybe some other time with the Book of the Dead. Honestly, cowboys. I think that would be really cool. Like a Wild West Evil Dead movie. That'd be sick. Just a time with no cell phones. That's a big thing for me. I think that would be way better. Richard B is saying I need that full Terrifier 3 trailer. I agree, Richard. Inject it into my veins. Inject it. I want to see it. I want to see it big time. Davey's got a really good point here. 2001, I forgot to mention that one. Yeah, that's another space movie that again is very a little darker, a little more existential and all that. So plays around with some different themes. But again, aliens coming out in a time period where that's just not the norm, right? That's against the grain. Star Trek and Star Wars are what's popular. So to just completely do something else, something more nihilistic and anti-corporation and shit. It's very different. It's just a very different way to approach that same concept. I love it. It's great stuff. Leone dropped the full Terrifier 3 trailer, dude. I don't think he did. I feel like I would know about this. I admittedly, I've been editing that Congo video all day, but I know he dropped the runtime, which I'm going to try and do a video about it tomorrow. Your boy's running a little behind. That Congo video pretty much took up my last 2 days. I'm going to be so real. But we're getting to it. We're making it happen. Am I going to Fantastic Fest to see Terrifier 3 early in September? Dude, I want to, but I'm like, I don't have the money to go to Texas, man. I wish I did. That would be awesome. That would be great. It'd be great if I could get all the way out to Texas, but no promises there, my friends. Anthony is saying, makes me want to be a member for longer. Then sign up. Be a member, my friend. That's how you do it. Are we getting a stream spoiler review? Yeah, I don't want to put that out until the movie's out, though. I don't want... wouldn't want that to come out and spoil the movie before it even comes out. Go see it in theaters first next Wednesday, and then your boy will have a spoiler review. I'll probably drop it on Wednesday. Wednesday night is when I'm planning to do that, so... Ella's with us tonight. What's up, fella? How's it going? Thanks for being a member. Appreciate you. Your fave chat. Love it. Love that you're here. Thanks for being here with us. What's up, Jake? At work right now. I'll catch the stream later on replay. Keep killing it, bro. Alien Romulus, movie of the year. Absolutely, Jace. I agree, man. Thanks for being a member. I hope you're doing good at work. Get through the day. Hopefully you don't got to work this weekend, and this is it. This is the last thing that you got to do. Then you're chilling out. Duke is saying, I think Jonathan will become possessed like Victoria. I could see that. I could see that happening. I think he's either going to die or become possessed. I'm with you there, Duke, 100%. He's switching sides. You know what I mean? I don't think my dude is long for this world or long for being a good guy. Let's just say that. I feel like it's going to be a tough thing for Sienna to have to deal with in this movie. Hopefully not with murder, but we'll see. we'll just have to see. It might be brutal. Got to talk with Elliot Fulham a little bit last week. It was really fun. Got to see him in New York. He was at the stream premiere. Him and his family are so kind. Love them to death. They're great people. And he tight-lipped on the whole Terrifier thing, but I did ask him. I'm like, so do you make it through Terrifier 3? And he's just like, ha ha. Yeah. So I tried, ladies and gentlemen, but nary an answer. I really like that word. I can't stop saying it. What is your theory about the next Saw film? I honestly believe it's going to be like a continuation to X, Saw X, I mean. I think it's going to be like in that same storyline of, prequel series focusing on John Kramer. They had a big hit on their hands with that one. And you got to look at the last two, Saw films, or I guess I should say the previous one, Spiral, which didn't do as well at the box office. And a lot of that, this is speculation, of course, but I think a lot of that is because, one, people didn't know it was a Saw movie. It was called Spiral from the Book of Saw. Took a little too long in that title to get to the word Saw. So probably, I'm not gonna lie, they probably lost $50 million from not putting that word all the way at the front, which I know sounds stupid, but it kind of just looks like a cop movie. You know what I mean? Like if you saw the trailer for Spiral, you'd be like, oh, this is just like a standalone scary cop movie with blood and guts, which is cool, but it doesn't have the same kind of pull as a new Saw film. I also think John Kramer just not being in it was a big, man, people want to see John Kramer do the traps and all that, not random new fella. Even though I didn't, the thing is, I didn't like the I didn't like the twist in Spiral, but I really liked a lot of the traps. I was really vibing with that. And it's, it might be towards the bottom of my rankings, but I still enjoy Spiral. I think it's fun. But Saw X is a better film. Let's just be honest. It's a much better film. So I believe this one's going to continue that story. We're going to learn more about the character that lived through Saw X, whose name is completely escaping my mind. But I do believe it's going to focus more on her and what, the whole fake medical procedure thing. She got away, and I feel like, of course that was kind of the point of Saw X, was it didn't really matter. It was just the fact that they put her in the trap and she kind of survived. But I think there's more to be said about that character moving into the next film. So we even learned from the writers that it is going to be a very politically charged film, just like Saw X, just like Saw 6. So I think that we're going to have... I feel like we're definitely diving more into that story for sure. Purple and Gold, thanks for the $2, my friend. Appreciate you a whole bunch. Saying, what's up, Jake? I'm going to see Romulus on Sunday. Well, hell yeah, dog. Have fun with it. Go into it with an open mind. And, again, it's a sci-fi horror film. Just remember that, Just remember that at the end of the day. Have a good time with it. Keep an open mind. It takes some big swings. And if you want to talk spoilers after you see it on Sunday, come hang out with us on Monday. We're doing a little Alien stream, which is different. We usually just do general or Terrifier focused streams. We're doing an Alien stream on Monday, so come on by. It's going to be a fun time. Thank you for the $2, man. I really appreciate the support for the channel. It means a whole bunch. How many of the Saw films are actually worth watching? In my opinion, most of them. Jigsaw is the only one that I feel like is just okay, this is dumb. this is actually kind of dumb, but it's still fun. It's still got some cool traps or whatever. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. It's probably the only Saw film where I lean towards disliking it, but I fucking love all of them. I think there are 9 very solid horror films in there that are, in my opinion, very effective. I really like them. I'm a big fan. Jace Talks Media, what's up, fella? Who's your least favorite character in the Halloween franchise? You got Cameron. That's fair. You hated his redemption. Okay. So a lot of people really liked it. A lot of people were like, I thought that was sick. We like that. So that's a hot take, Jace, but I dig it, man. I'm gonna be real. I don't hate the redemption, but I think the better route would have been to just use that character for what they ended up doing with Corey Cunningham. I would have rather just had Cameron turn into this bad guy. Maybe he kind of is helping out the good guys and kills and survives, but then turns into a piece of shit again, as we saw in the first film in Halloween Ends. I feel like that would have been way more effective than what they ended up doing. But I feel that. I mean, his death was really satisfying, though. I gotta say that. I have to say that about Cameron. So, my least favorite character, I mean, Tina sucks, dude. Halloween 5 sucks, man. Cookie Woman. I'll never stop saying that. It's too fun. That's Dr. Loomis at maybe at his best, his worst, but also his best again. I don't know. I love it. How many Terrifier movies do you think will happen? I know that Damien has in mind at least 4, Easty. I know he has at least 4 in mind. I know he's talked a little bit about how he wanted to make Terrifier 3 or he didn't want to make Terrifier 3 like a 4-hour movie. So in order to, avoid that, he's going to chop this one up into 2 essentially. So I think we got Terrifier 3 on the horizon, and coming up after that is Terrifier 4. And that might be it. That might be the full story. But I also think that's okay. I don't need like 1,000 Terrifier films, I don't. And why I say that is because I don't want this to get to a point where we're getting sick of it, right? I don't want to get to the point where it's like, okay, that was cool, but now I'm over it. So I'm here for Terrifier 3 and Terrifier 4, and then if that's where they want to leave the franchise for a little while, I'm cool with that personally. I would rather have 4 fucking awesome films than like 100 where some of them have some moments, That's how I look at it. So I'm here for it. I want to see what they end up setting up story-wise, because again, if you think about it, the story really kind of just started with Terrifier 2. There were some elements utilized from Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2, but T1 feels like, I've said this before, but it almost feels like Terrifier 0, like the math, not aftermath, the shit that happened before the actual story to kind of get us there. So I look at Terrifier 2 as like the actual first movie in the franchise. I almost look at Terrifier 1 as like a prequel. So Terrifier 3 for me is like the real sequel. Like that's the sequel pushing the story forward. And then 4 will be like the finale. So it is kind of a trilogy. It's a trilogy with 4 movies. That's how I'm going to look at it, I think, when it's all said and done. But I'm here for it, man. I think 4 movie, that's the right amount for this franchise. But again, we'll see. Maybe in 10 years or something they reboot it and with somebody else. I don't know. I think Terrifier is good enough to have that argument sometime in the future. Who knows if that film's going to be good whenever they end up doing that, but we'll see. We'll see what's up. 4 movies for right now, though. Corey Cunningham is by far the worst character in all the Halloween movies. Tough to argue with that, man. Fuck. Yeah, he's on the list. That's for sure. Will Terrifier 3 have a cliffhanger ending? Maybe. I mean, Terrifier 2 kind of did, We're kind of on a cliffhanger right now. Art the Clown's still alive. He's still running around doing his thing. So, you never know. Purple and Gold, you're the MVP tonight, my friend. Thank you for another super chat. Appreciate you a bunch. Jordan Peele does the next AVP. What's your reaction? Wow, Jordan Peele's Alien versus Predator. That's wild. What's that? Damn, there's so much to think about there. So I'm just thinking about Jordan Peele's style. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about what he usually brings to the table with his movies. It would have a very intricate story. I can tell you that much. Some kind of super intricate story, but revolving around aliens and predators. And I don't think it would be anything like what the other films, because like AVP leans into that action horror that is more so like the Predator franchise, and Aliens kind of feels like just a supercharged version of like both of those films smacked together. Takes place in Antarctica with a bunch of crazy CGI and all that. And then it's also PG-13, which is like, what's up with that? I think Jordan Peele would make an R-rated. Honestly, I feel like Jordan Peele would almost be better suited for like an R-rated, either just a standalone Alien or a standalone Predator. Because he would want to make AVP a little more serious, like take it a little more serious. And that's kind of a tough, like, I don't know if I want an Alien versus Predator film that takes itself seriously, right? Like, I think I think what I love so much about AVP is that it is so over the top and silly and goofy, Like, dude, you can't tell me that first Alien versus Predator isn't a little goofy. We have the Predator doing ninja moves and making lion roars when it attacks people. That's so goofy. I love it. It's great stuff. I feel like Jordan Peele would make an excellent standalone Alien flick, or an excellent standalone Predator, too, at that. So, man, actually, the more I think about it, I'm leaning towards Predator with Jordan Peele, which might be a hot take, but, I mean, imagine his take on, like a Predator 2. You know what I mean? Like that idea of like in the city, the Predator comes down and starts fucking shit up. I could see Jordan Peele doing a really good job with that. Would probably feel a lot like Nope more than anything. Have like a Nope feel to it, with more blood and guts, more people dying and shit. Some great practical effects. Really, that's a really interesting question, though. That's really interesting. Who would be a good director for an Alien versus Predator movie? This is also a good question because who's making like really goofy horror films right now? That's like, well, I guess Damien Leone. Shit, that's tough. That's tough to say. I will say though, I've said this in a few of my recent Alien videos that I would love to see a new AVP happen. Alien Romulus is fucking badass and it's banging right now, and the Predator franchise also just put out a banger as well. So I think the logical next step is we get an AVP in a couple of years. So let's hope it happens. Purple and Gold, thanks for the $2, my friend. Great question. Yeah, if you did Predator, it would be strange and amazing. There you go. Absolutely. Ty Lee, I love this. James Wan for AVP. Actually, I'm so down for that. After Malignant, I would be so into that. Yeah. He's doing Creature from the Black Lagoon. You don't even like, I saw that news and I'm just like, that's the best fucking news ever. Like, are you kidding me? What? James Wan doing Alien versus Predator, or I mean, James Wan doing Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's going to be awesome. Oh yeah, no, I'm so excited. I know he's only in talks and stuff. Might be putting the cart before the horse here, but he better fucking do that. That's all I'm saying. He's already posting about it, so he's like, oh, I'm contemplating my next directing gig, and I'm like, okay, buddy, yeah, you're doing Creature from the Black Lagoon, and if you don't, I don't know at this point. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep. Don't tease me like that, and then rip my dreams away, James. That's what I would say to James Wan right now. EK, what's up, fella? What do you think will happen in the shower scene? I think that, a really annoying couple is going to, I don't, they're going to be at like a bar or something, right? Oh, wait, the mall. I didn't even think about that. I think that an annoying, college freshman couple are going to be at the mall during the wintertime, and they're going to see some butthole in a clown costume, and they're going to be like, look at this idiot. Like, You're wearing a clown costume in Santa? That doesn't even make any sense, butthole. Make fun of Art the Clown a little bit, and his feelings are going to get hurt, And I think Arthur's going to go find himself a chainsaw and then follow him back to their dorm and, just cut him in half. But I do feel like that's a big part of it. That's a big thing I'm noticing going back and, watching the big spectacle kills of Terrifier and Terrifier 2. We always have the character involved, in both cases, Dawn or Allie, kind of fuck with the clown a little bit beforehand. Art the Clown kills people in very vicious ways. But it always feels a little more, vengeful and motivated when he goes after the characters that get the very elaborate big kill sequences. The bleach and the salts on Allie's back, right? I think he does that because, she gives him such a hard time at the door. He just wanted some candy, and she was like, nah, sorry, you're an adult. Like, this is for kids only. You creep and all that, So I do believe that this shower sequence, if it is the big kill of the film, if there, it will be provoked. This college couple who is described as annoying, you can look at it on the cast list, or the casting sheet, at least for these characters. They gotta provoke him a little bit, I think. So that's an inciting part of this shower sequence, I think, which is gonna play into it a little bit. It's gonna be fun. Your theory where Mia and Cole talk shit to Art, well, look at that. You're already ahead of me. Art before they get killed is definitely going to happen. I feel like I hate to say I'm spot on with that one, but I feel like I'm onto something there. They're read the casting sheet. They're described as obnoxious, an obnoxious couple when together. Their power grows stronger or some fucking crazy bullshit like that. And it even says that Mia has a bit of a mean streak too. And it's just like, dude, she's totally gonna egg on this guy and be a shithead to him. We even saw a little video of Art the Clown leaving the mall, and I speculated at the time he might be getting kicked out by cops or something. But they might also notice the blood on him, right? So maybe that's not what's going on there. Maybe he's given the finger to Mia and Cole or something after they shit talk him. Maybe they work at the mall, you know what I mean? Maybe they're just kicking him out or something. I don't know. There's a lot to speculate with this new film, and I'm so here for it. Terrifier 3! I agree, my friend. Is your profile picture just like some leaves? I have so many cool, what's the significance? I'm just curious. Because I feel like there's something mysterious happening here that I just don't know about. I'm just curious what's going on here with this little little nestle of leaves here. I'm curious, my friend. What's up? Ty Lee is saying, I love Fast 7. He has depth and good action sequences as well as creating tension and scares. I totally agree. I love the way that James Wan shoots his movies, for sure. It makes Fast 7 kind of a standout in that franchise. Because, I mean, there's some stinkers in that Fast and Furious franchise. Oh, my God. But Fast 7's a pretty good one. Tell you what. I really like Fast 5. I really like Fast 7. And you guys know how I feel about Fast X. I think that's the most ridiculous movie ever made. I will make a horror hot takes on that one day. One day. It'll happen. But yes. No. Fantastic stuff. Purple and Gold is saying, you guys remember in the early YouTube days when people would make home videos with the horror icons fighting or doing skits? We watched a movie used to do that a bunch, I remember. That was fun. That was a good time. I miss those. I miss the days when YouTube was just skits, and now it's, what it is. But it has to be, skits just don't blow up anymore. Hey Jake, I'm an 11 horror lover. I've watched and loved the Terrifier films, and are there any horror movies you would suggest like Terrifier? Trying to think like similar to Terrifier. You want something like bloody and gory and fun over the top. I mean, I see my problem is I can think of a lot of bloody and gory movies that are just like terrifying. I would recommend Evil Dead 2013 is a film that's like just really fun and hard to watch for the gore. If you've ever seen that, and it's not a very deep cut though, There's a movie that's literally ripping off Terrifier called Diced right now. I haven't gone through the whole thing, but I do want to make a video on it soon. I heard some people say the kills are really good, the story not so much. Okay, here we go. If you want a slasher film that's badass and has some awesome kills, watch Laid to Rest. I'm actually planning on doing a video on this sometime soon. It's a very underrated slasher film. Give it a watch. Check it out. I heard some very good things about it recently, and I actually looked up some clips from it because I was like, "What's this all about? What's going on here?" And it looks fucking sweet. So, Laid to Rest, Chrome Skull, whatever. Look into it. It's brutal. It's brutal as hell. Crazy stuff. Gangster Bro is with us tonight. What's up, fella? How you doing? Jake, what would you think of Art encountering another maniac? Maybe he tries to impress the mime, and Art is just like, "Oh my God, why won't this guy go away?" So like two clowns going at it. Clown on clown action. that sounds gross. Clown on clown violence. There we go. It's a little more relevant to the topic. I think that would be brutal. I think that would be fun. It could be funny because it's almost like well, I'm the only mime around here. Art has a little bit of vengeance towards that just from his appearance alone. What kind of setting would he be in during Christmas time, though, where he would come after a mime? That's what I'm trying to think of. Like maybe it was like summertime or something, and he was at like a fair. I could see that happening. JPR is saying we had the cutting scene in Terrifier 1, the salt scene in Terrifier 2, maybe a shower scene in T3. What'll happen in T4? It's tough to say. I remember we were speculating like what the big thing was going to be in Terrifier 3 based on the concept alone. And that first teaser trailer told us like this is going to be a Christmas movie and Art the Clown might be going after a little kid. Like, oh my God, what is that going to entail? Jesus Christ. I feel like we really won't even be able to speculate for Terrifier 4 until we have that concept, that theme, or even until we see Terrifier 3, Maybe at the end of Terrifier 3, we have an idea of where T4 is going to go, right? Like Terrifier 2, we had an idea after that one was over of what had to happen in Terrifier 3. We might not have known it was going to be a Christmas film, but I think we did know it was going to follow Sienna staying with new family members. Jonathan was going to be on to the next phase of his life at college, things like that. You know what I mean? We're seeing these characters move through time at different stages of their lives now, getting older, trying to get past the trauma of the previous film. We already see that in the trailer, right? We knew these things were coming with T3, and that helps us speculate on minute details like this. But I feel like once we learn more after seeing Terrifier 3, we can really say. But now, it's just too tough to call. But I'm not sure. There are some. I will say there are some things I know about Terrifier 3 I really shouldn't say. So I don't want to say too much. I don't want to go too far off the deep end. But I'm excited for it. It's gonna be fun. Hey Jake, sorry I'm late. Do you think horror animation will ever take off? Well, we do know that there's an Evil Dead animated series coming soon. So that's something, animated horror is definitely, there's a lot of it out there. There's a lot of anime horror too, which, I mean, you know, call me a weeb, I don't care. There's some really good stuff out there. There's that Junji, or is that what it's called? Junji Ito? I can't. I might be butchering that name. But I heard that was pretty good. There's some really cool ideas there that I love. If you've never seen Death Note, like, listen, if you hate anime, if you're like, that's the dumbest shit ever, fair. I get it, but Death Note is an exception. Like, it's just fantastic. It is just a phenomenal story that definitely has some horror elements incorporated into it. So, yeah, I mean, it's scary animation. There's a lot of good stuff out there. Oh my God, and I didn't even think about this. Mad God. If you've never seen Mad God on Shudder, I could not recommend it more. Stop Motion on Shudder is another movie that recently from this year that features animation in a horror space. Tool music videos. If you've never seen those, oh my God, look up the band Tool. Make that happen. There's some good stuff there. Papa Bear 54 is saying, my theory is that the mall security who pushes Art the Clown is Art's next victim. What if Artie Claus gives the mall security guard the bedroom scene treatment of gore to him? Hey, that could be the case, man. I mean, you know, if I'm Damien Leone and I want to shock my audience, right? I would try to say like, oh, this kill is going to be the big one. Wink, wink, audience, you know, and then actually it's something else. So you might be onto something, Papa Bear. You know, maybe the shower scene is just a ruse from old Damien. Look this way while I work on stuff over here. So maybe we haven't even seen it yet. I've gotten a few comments from people saying that. They're like, I don't think the shower scene's the big kill. Like, I think he's fucking with us. There's got to be more to it, but I don't know. You know, I don't know. Would you like to see another film in the X universe? Sure, why not? It just depends on what it ends up being. I think what I like so much about the first three is that, you know, it's a Mia Goth starring slasher film. I would want to see something that is up to par with that, makes sense, you know, is a good story to tell in that universe. But I don't know if there's anything else you could do with Mia Goth's characters. I think there is something you could do with Kevin Bacon's character from Maxine, personally. I won't say what, because I feel like that's still a pretty fresh film. It's only a month old, and some people might not have seen it yet. But there's a certain film I would be down for with Kevin Bacon's character. There was a lot to be desired with him that I feel like they could expand upon. There's no way you think Fast X is crazier than 9. They went to space in 9. Dude, Fast X is insane, though. I mean, 9 is insane, too, and I love it. I love it, but see, here's my thing, CM Chunk. I love this name. I love this name so much. CM Chunk. I mean, dude's walking around with that name. That's awesome. It's great stuff. Fast X was my introduction to the franchise. Like, I had no interest in the Fast and Furious, and then me and my buddy Jackson one day last year, we were like, you know what, man? Let's just ruin this franchise for ourselves. I think that would be so funny. So what we ended up doing was we saw the first showing of Fast X in the theaters by ourselves. There was no one else there. And when I tell you, we were like falling out of our seats, tears coming down our faces, laughing so hard at this ridiculous movie. It was one of the best theater experiences I've ever had, completely like alone with just one of my buddies. It was awesome. I don't know. I love Fast X. Just has a special place in my heart. What we ended up doing, though, is we went back and watched the rest of the movies. I ended up watching some of the other ones just on my own because I had to know. I had to know what the rest of the franchise was all about. And yeah, 9 is crazy. I mean, 9 is fucking nuts. But X is just Fast X is way too fucking long. There's way too much going on in that movie. That like every character from the franchise is there too. It feels like they're trying to make like this big movie that ties all the stories together, but it's like, why? Like, why would you need to do that? The Fast and Furious franchise. Fast X is a marvel of cinema because it's like every wrong choice was made, and that's what I love about it. It's a masterpiece because they at every turn they could have taken, they made the wrong choice, and I love it. I don't know. There's just something special about that one to me. I can't even really explain it. Manny's Matic Media is saying Lay to Rest, both are good. I got to sit down and watch them. I've only seen clips, but I want to do a video on it soon because I'm just like, this looks fucking sick. Like, how have I never heard about this until recently? So, got to give those a watch. Jake, do you think Art is going to kill the kid? I personally think that's going to be the big scene of the movie. I mean, here's my thing, right? Why tease that in the teaser trailer and then not do anything with that? I know some people are like, that's too far for me. And I'm like, well, that's what horror does, dog. Like, you might not like it and that's fine, but horror is meant to offend. If horror gets to a point where it's not, it's not offending. If no one's offended by a horror film, they're not doing their job. Sorry. And that's totally fine. Listen, I'm not trying to shit on anybody who's saying like that's too much for me. I respect it. That's almost too much for me. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. But horror, I will never be against horror films being pushed to a point where it's nearly offensive. I think it should be. I think it should push boundaries. Horror should always push boundaries. That's a big thing that I'm drawn to with horror. So it's good stuff. Jake, is Terrifier 4 the final chapter? We don't know. We don't know yet. I do believe we will be getting a fourth film, Volosky. And, Damien has talked about wanting to do a fourth film. But also, during 2, he was talking about wanting to do a 3 before that film came out. Now he's talking about wanting to do a 4 every now and then. Maybe when 4 is in production, he's talking about wanting to do a 5. I don't know, but I feel like they could wrap it up with 4, I feel like that could be it. But again, maybe Terrifier 3 introduces some crazy story elements that makes us be like, okay, well, I want another one. This is crazy. What else can they do with this? Josh is hanging out with us, and yeah, it's the Conco video got a copyright strike. No worries though, Josh. It's no big deal. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go back and like edit it a little better, just so it's not so like the clips aren't on screen as long. There was like just 1 or 2 little spots where they were just, it was like the Congo clips were on long enough. I really didn't think that YouTube was gonna hammer down on it as much because it's not monetized. Like, it's going straight to my Patreon and channel members, so there's like no ads on the videos. People are already supporting the page and paying money for the membership. So I'm like, I'm not gonna make you guys sit through ads. That's ridiculous. I just didn't think they would be so hard on the video. So I'm not gonna lie, I was a little more lax with the editing for this one, and they got me. They were like, well, oh, 3 little moments. They're like, you got to cut this out, and I'm just like, psh, ridiculous. So I'm just gonna go back to the editing room tonight, just chop it up a little more, and it'll be up tomorrow morning. So no worries on that. It'll be up. Just a slight little bump in the road, nothing too crazy. Common Writer is saying, yo, if T4 is on Easter, then we could get some Passion of the Christ inspired brutality. Yeah, I do believe that Terrifier 3 is going to be blasphemous in some ways. But again, pushing boundaries, man. You gotta be pushing boundaries. That's what this franchise is for. So I'm here for it. I'm here to see what they end up doing. JPR, yo, Jake, being completely honest, after rewatching Coraline, holy shit, that scared me as a kid. F you, Dad. That's funny. Do you think we'll ever get something close to what we were given in Coraline? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, there's some really good like Tim Burton animated movies out there that are very similar. Coraline's like one of my favorite animated films of all time, though. I love that. My brother and I were literally just talking about that. We were talking about like what our favorite movies are, and this is one of his. Coraline's fantastic. I love it so much. I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas, I think has some like really scary, like honestly, it's scary to a kid moments, but that still stick with me. It's great. Same with like Corpse Bride, if you've never seen that. I think even Frankenweenie is really fun. I say Tim Burton, but it's what's his face that actually directed that. What's his name? I always forget. I'm actually gonna look this up because I have to correct myself. It actually bothers me when people are like, "That's a Tim Burton film." He's just like a producer. Henry Selick, yeah, right. Henry Selick directed Nightmare Before Christmas. Put some respect on my man's name there. People just think it's Tim Burton because he's got his name on the top of it or whatever. But yeah, no, Henry Selick directed that film. Want to make that correction. Chase Ham is saying, "I love Death Note and the Evil Dead show." Hell yeah. Will not compare to the movies. Fair. The Evil Dead show is fantastic, though. Man, I love all 3 seasons. That's one of the only horror television shows that I just like actually love. Like, I don't know, a lot of them don't work for me for whatever reason. I'm a little more cynical with TV. I hate filler, man. I can't stand it. It bugs the hell out of me. A lot of TV has filler. A lot of horror TV especially has some filler episodes where I'm just like, I just wasted my time. Like, I wasted my time watching that. I don't know what the point of that was. But the Evil Dead show, there's not a dull moment like in the whole thing. I love it to death. It's great stuff. Jake, who's on your radar that can be the next Freddy Krueger? Maybe an actor that's killing it right now, or maybe a lesser known actor. You know what's interesting, Richard, is we had that line from fuck. Who was it? Heather Langenkamp. Sorry, I couldn't think of the name. Heather wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hang on, backtrack. Robert Englund, like I want to say like a year ago now, said he was, quote, too old and too thick to play the character anymore. But now, you know, now things have changed. There's a little bit of a development with that. Heather Langenkamp said recently, she's like, oh, Robert's like, he's in great shape for his age. He's doing, like, I'm totally paraphrasing, by the way, and off the top of my head, but I just read about this, that Heather Langenkamp was saying that, like, oh, he could totally play Freddy again. That would be awesome. And I think part of that is they want to make a Nightmare Legacy sequel. I'm here for it, man. I think Robert Englund, you know, he's always going to be my first choice for Freddy Krueger if you have to replace him. Like, if you can't have him play the character. I do have suggestions. Like, obviously, Kevin Bacon is one that comes to mind. He would be great. He's got the face for it. He's got the body structure for Freddy Krueger. This is a weird choice, but I'm so dead set on this after watching so much Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Glenn Howerton, dude. Like, Glenn Howerton's been in a few horror movies. It's not like he has no interest. I think he could play a great Freddy Krueger. After, you know, seeing Dennis Reynolds lose his fucking mind so many times, he could be a great Freddy, in my opinion. I don't know, Dennis Reynolds in Always Sunny kind of has that same angry but fun vibe about him. Like, he's scary, and you're kind of like, that's like, are you a sociopath? What's going on with that? But I'm kind of laughing at it too. That's kind of the same vibe that Freddy gives off. You know what I mean? He's like absolutely crazy. He's chopping off his fingers and chasing teenagers around, but it's kind of fun to watch. You know, it's like, this is insane. This is crazy entertaining for how fucked up it is. So I'm here for it. Josh is saying you can dispute it and they'll take it off immediately. Dude, I'm so scared of getting a strike. I'm so scared of getting a strike on this page. Currently no strikes, which I'm so thankful for. But I guess I'm terrified of that, you know? I've worked on this page for almost 5 years now. If I were to get a copyright strike or 3 of them and lose this page, I don't think I'd ever be able to forgive myself, you know? So I'm just re-editing the video and uploading it for tomorrow. Dude, I'm halfway done with it. I actually got, like, right before this stream, I kind of just got halfway done with an edit. I just chopped it up a little more. It's still like the same video. It's just like moves around a little more. So, you know, the clip is on screen for longer than 5 seconds kind of thing. It should be fine. And Josh, I'll send it your way if you didn't get to see it, because I think it rocks. It's a really fun. It's probably the best. It's the best horror hot takes video I think that's come up so far. So I'm really excited for everyone to see it. I know some people got to see it. There were some views on it, but yeah, it bums me out too, because dude, when I uploaded it, it said like, oh, no issues found, you're good, you know, no copyright. And I'm like, okay, sweet, rock on. And then bam, an hour later, it was just like, get shit on, idiot. And I'm just like, damn, brutal. Jeremiah Morales is saying Damien Leone said in an interview that he wants to circle back on a kill from the first Terrifier. I think that's the kill that will happen to the Santa Claus in the mall. I feel like we kind of, you know, again, Josh is here, and Josh likes to say don't rely on what posters end up doing, what posters show for speculation on movies. But man, like, Santa Claus is getting his face ripped off, dog. Come on, what's going on here? What's going on right here, dog? I think we've known how this is going to go down for a little while now, just based on that poster. We even saw some pictures of, you know, Art having a bloody beard around his neck. So I personally, I think my man's getting his face scalped. I think that, okay, Jeremiah, correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a long time since I pulled from that interview specifically, but didn't Damien say that he wanted to use a deleted kill from the first Terrifier, like that they just weren't able to do for this new movie? Or am I right? Am I just making that up? Maybe I'm making that up off the top of my head. But I remember something about, like, there was something they couldn't accomplish with the lower budget with the first Terrifier that they wanted to do for this new movie. Or again, maybe I'm just completely crazy. Maybe I'm making that up. But I thought that was the gist of that interview. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Riv Go Crazy saying Nightmare on Elm Street those are the films that made me love horror. Hell yeah, dog. That first one, I think, is just fantastic. Like, that first one made me love 80s slashers. I think that's like the quintessential 80s slasher film, in my opinion. or at least the quintessential supernatural slasher film just in general. Like you want to make a fun supernatural slasher horror film, you got to watch Nightmare on Elm Street. You got to understand the inner workings of that film and what makes it great, down to its cast, its writing, the over the top and creative kills, or fantastical kills, I should say. They're very surreal, very out there, but so scary at the same time and fun. It's got a great flow to it. Mall Santa's getting murked, I agree. If T4 is Easter, then Art will wear a ridiculous bunny suit. That would be great. I mean, you can't tell me Art the Clown in a bunny costume wouldn't kick ass. That'd be so much fun. I love his fucking Christmas tree glasses, man. That's so funny. That was such a when that picture came out, I was like, this is fantastic. Like they understood the assignment with this one, man. That's great. It's gonna be fun, man. This movie's gonna be great. Jake, what is widely considered to be the first horror movie made? The first horror movie? Man, I don't know off the top of my head. I want to say like what's the moon one? What's the creepy like French moon movie? That's like silent. For the life of me, I can't remember. French. I'm just gonna look up French moon movie. A Trip to the Moon, 1902. That's duh. I don't know if this is necessarily horror, but it's got like some horror feels to it and some like creepy visuals. If you've never seen it, it's like it's really interesting. It's just like 14 minutes, a short film, but it's very notable. I want to say like the Smashing Pumpkins have a music video that's based on it. There's like a lot of just recently, what's that new Fred Durst horror movie called? I saw the TV Glow. If you guys remember that movie from like a couple of months ago, that film uses some of its visuals are inspired by A Trip to the Moon, which is really interesting. If you've ever been in like a film class, they talk about this one. I want to say that's like horror-y, I don't know. What's considered the first horror movie? Let's look this up. What is the first horror film? What is the first Harry Potter movie is what comes up. There's an 1896 film, also known as The Haunted Castle, or the House of the Devil. Okay. Rock on. Widely believed to be the first horror movie. Well, there you go. 1800s horror. Let's do a whole stream on that. 1800s horror. That's funny, man. Will you look away in Terrifier 3, Jake? No, I'll just throw up. Like I'll take it. I'll take the vomit. I can take it. I can handle it. Finney is saying, hey, Damien stated in an old article that was supposed to be another torture scene in Terrifier 1 that would have happened to Tara, but he said the audience would probably be too uncomfortable. Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, Finney. That could be it. No, wait, that was true. Damien said he wanted to do a one-take decapitation. Maybe that was it. Okay. So it wasn't as cryptic. It was. I think you're right, Common Writer. Yeah. I think we got it figured out. Thanks for the help, fellas. The best sleepaway camp movie is definitely the second one, in my opinion. Oh man, I don't know. That first one is just fantastic to me. So a lot of people swear by the sequels, though. So some people are like, oh man, those sequels are fantastic. That first one, it's just got a charm to it that I feel like there's no other slasher film that has that goofiness about it. It's so funny. The kills are so over the top, and that ending is just surreal. Like it is such a weird movie, but it just sticks with you. I don't know. There's something about it that's great. Eat shit and live. One of my favorite lines from a slasher movie. Who's your favorite Ghostface killer reveal? Honestly, Jill is probably my favorite Ghostface killer reveal. I just think it's it's really upsetting, man. Jill is a betrayal. I think when I saw the first Scream for the first time, I kind of knew who the killers were gonna be, just because it's super publicized. It's one of the most popular horror films of all time. Had I seen that in 1996, maybe it would be a different story and it would blow me away more. But I guess I just never had that experience with the first one. It is a great mystery. I mean, just like on paper, it's like, yeah, it's good stuff. They make Billy really obvious, but then they spend like the majority of the movie telling you it's not him. That's really cool. I like that. I think it's fun. But Jill, like I saw that movie for the first time, not knowing who the killers were, and it just like, oh my God, it floored me. I was just like, that's brutal, man. What do you mean? So yeah, Jill's reveal I think is always going to be my favorite. It's just upsetting. It's a family member. It's someone that Sydney should have been able to trust, and no, not at all. She ended up being the killer. So I think that one breaks my heart a little bit, and that's why I like it. It's one of the most effective reveals for me, at least. Velosky is saying, did you notice the woman who closed the door in the teaser is Chrissy Fox, who plays as Jennifer? Yeah, yes, I did. I'm excited to learn more about her character for sure. Is that the aunt, or it's been a long week. I'm forgetting things. Yeah, I'm excited to learn more about Sienna's family members and a lot of the other characters we're going to meet in this one. I'm just excited. I'm excited. I don't think any of them are going to live through the movie. I believe they are just meat bags so that Art the Clown can rip them apart, but I'm here for it. Joe Vincent, what's up, fella? Hey, Jake, if you were in a horror movie, would you like to be the killer or survivor? Well, as you probably know from a lot of the horror movies I've made, I'm oftentimes the killer or killed. I like either or. I don't want to survive. If you're going to put me in a horror movie, no, get me covered in blood. Come on now. I want to either die or be the killer for sure. I don't want to be a survivor. Fuck that. No way. Kill me. Come on. But yeah, I definitely don't want to be a survivor for sure. That I love playing killers. I don't want to say too much, but I am the killer in this new short film we're working on, and it's fun. I can't say more than that, but it's an interesting one. It's a really cool slasher. It's gonna be fun. I don't know when y'all will see that, but hopefully soon. What else do we got going on? Jake, I have a theory. Art kills in a lot of brutal ways, but I think the most brutal and the bloodiest death in these movies and in movie history is going to be Art's death himself. So do we think that Sienna's gonna kill him? Do we think that's going to be, like, Sienna's probably going to end up taking him down, right? This is going to have a happy ending. I really think it probably is, because I just look back at Victoria. Victoria Hayes is is a character who had such a terrible fate. And I think that, after that's how we started this franchise. I think we got to end it on a higher note, right? We got to have something. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to stay longer and be on a live stream literally all night. I would. But Old Jake is going to try to fix this Patreon exclusive review. It rocks. It's so much fun. This Congo video is crazy. Check it out. If you have no idea what Congo is, too, go watch that movie. It's so fun. Especially if you're like a Jurassic Park fan, you will love this flick. It's a blast. So I'm going to try to fix this up, and hopefully you guys will see it tomorrow. Maybe even tonight if I get it done. Fuck it. And I will try to have an update video tomorrow as well, because there's a lot of news updates I would like to cover in a brand new video. Some really exciting Terrifier stuff, so it's exciting. JT Owsley's throwing a little super chat in there, so let's talk about this real quick before I wrap this up. JT, what's up, fella? I miss your face. Finally catching your stream after missing the last couple, and just know that whatever you're talking, you're wrong. 11:14 is better. I gotta sit down and watch this. JT, I actually looked it up on Tubi. I don't think it's there. I don't think it's on, like, do you know where it's at? Because I don't think it was on Tubi. I was looking for it, and I'm like, nothing. We looked for it 2 weekends ago, and I was like, I couldn't find it. I want to say we looked it up, and it's on like it's on some other weird streaming service. I can't remember, but I would love to watch this. You're hyping it up. You're hyping it up big time, my friend. So that's exciting stuff. And JT, I'm also curious. You say you miss my face. Do you like? How does everyone feel? Real quick before we wrap this up. Last question. I promise we're gonna call this thing. But how does everyone feel about the videos lately being more photo centric? I feel like that helps with retention and all that, and it's like kind of fun doing more commentary style videos. But I have had a few comments from people saying like they would like the face cam to pop up in videos every now and then. So I am curious how people feel about that. I really like the way the videos are now, just because I think they're it's two things. They're not only like a little easier for me to make because I don't got to like turn on the camera and shit, but I like having like a visual aid to go with what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes I'll pull from like some crazy movie or something. I'll be like, oh, this is just like this movie. How did this movie did? And some people might be like, what the fuck is that? You know? And to actually have that visual element, that poster to connect with, I feel like that that helps, get the point across. So that's kind of a big reason why I changed from the face cam to how I'm doing it now. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts. The horror hot take videos, obviously I am showing my face, but that's less of, an informative video and more of just like, this is fun. You know what I mean? This is just, we're just having a fun time with the movie. That's the kind of the point of that series. So, but I'm just curious. Maybe that's not even what you meant, and that's totally fine too. But it is something I've been meaning to bring up on a live stream. So curious what everyone has to say about that. My friends, thank you for the 5. Appreciate that. Curious what everyone else is saying here. They're amazing. Screw the rest of them. It's good. I like it the same. I listen most of the time, so I don't even look half the time. Well, there we go. I love watching you while I knit. Well, Happy, I love that. That's wonderful. That's absolutely wholesome and amazing. That's great stuff. I hope you're knitting something fantastic and warm. And fantastic stuff. I love it. Right now, people who I think will be the big kill of Terrifier 3 is either Santa or Aunt Jessica, maybe even a kid. That's brutal. I love it. Great theories all around, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for talking with me tonight. We'll be doing the same thing next Friday, talking a little Terrifier 3, but don't forget, on Monday, fellas, we're going to be talking spoilers for Alien Romulus. So if you go see it this weekend, come on by on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to talk spoilers about this movie, because we got to break it down. It's a lot of crazy stuff there. Oh my God. So much to talk about and discuss and go through with spoilers, because it's so hard to talk about that movie spoiler free. Oh my God, there's so much crazy shit going on there. So go see it. Come on by Monday. Love you guys so much. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out.